Welcome back to the DIY Off-Grid channel, guys. I'm your host, Rancher Pete, and today we'll dive a little deeper into the energy consumption figures for an average American home and do some calculations for solar return on investment. We'll just dive straight into some facts and figures here. The average American home uses approximately 900 kilowatt hours of electricity per month, with a low of around 500 over in the state of Hawaii to a high of just over 1,200 in Louisiana. Now, obviously, this can vary quite a bit depending on how big of a home you have, how old the home is, the quality of insulation, local climate, amongst numerous other factors, but it equates to a rough average of about 30 kilowatt hours per day. According to the Energy Information Agency, as of the latest survey of residential electricity rates taken in September of this year, the national average cost per kilowatt hour for consumers is about 17 cents per kilowatt hour. This also happens to coincide with the highest cost at 41 cents over in the state of Hawaii and the lowest at just around 12 cents per kilowatt hour in Louisiana. Now, if you've watched my channel before, I usually use a 10 kilowatt hour solar array to do my quick ROI calculations during my live streams for my viewers, just because it's a nice round figure to work with. The annual production for a 10 kilowatt hour array ranges from around 10,000 kilowatt hours a year to around 19,000 kilowatt hours a year for a run-of-the-mill roof mount array facing south with a 20-degree tilt. Now, using that 17 cents per kilowatt hour number for the national average, that's somewhere in the neighborhood of $1,700 to over $3,000 worth of energy production per year. For my home state of California, where it's close to 32 cents per kilowatt hour, and my specific location here, where I'm very close to that 19,000 kilowatt hour a year production value, I'm looking at a production value north of $6,000 a year here. Now, I went a bit frugal with my solar setup here, got some great deals on the components to finish out my build, having spent about $8,000 for a 16,500 watt solar array at my home, which can produce over 30,000 kilowatt hours a year or over $9,600 worth of electricity. If I calculate just the solar portion of my setup, my return on investment would be exactly 10 months. Since I live completely off grid here, I wouldn't have a utility bill to perform a true ROI calculation to begin with, but that gives you an idea of how it is absolutely viable and possible today to achieve a reasonable ROI for renewable energy for homeowners. Now, if you also factor in that 30% federal solar investment tax credit, which can be applied to a DIY build, and any other state and local credits that are out there, there's really no reason not to consider deploying solar power at your home. Now, I'm not a solar salesperson. I'm not here to tell you to go put some panels on your home to save the earth. I'm not a tree hugger or some environmentalist nut. I don't make a single dime on a solar setup, guys. However, having lived this electricity energy independent lifestyle for some years now, I'll be the first to advise you to do it to save your money. Utility companies, well, they're not your friend. We went from around 8 cents per kilowatt hour nationally about 20 years ago to 17 cents per kilowatt hour now. And following that historical trend line, it's expected to hit over 30 cents per kilowatt hour nationally by 2044, just 20 years from now. Think of it this way, that solar setup that you buy today will still be putting out close to its rated output in 2044, but instead of that $1,700 to $3,000 a year in energy production today, it'll be worth $3,000 to $5,700 then. And this, my viewers, is why it makes good sense financially to install a solar plus battery system today, which you can definitely hedge against future rises in energy costs. And well, unlike fossil fuel powered appliances such as furnaces, water heaters, and ovens, you can produce your own electricity to power non-fossil fuel alternatives such as heat pumps for heating and cooling, along with induction stoves and electric ovens. Now, we had some odd comments on our live stream yesterday where viewers were chiming in with falsehoods about the amount of pollution involved with producing renewable energy. So for our next podcast, I will definitely get around to addressing that so that we can all be better educated on the matters and not buy into old data and propaganda from, frankly, I have no idea why anyone would really be opposed to any of these things. It's not like we have an unlimited supply of fossil fuel at the end of the day. So thanks for joining me today on DIY Off Grid. If you would like more in-depth details on the cost of going with solar and batteries, definitely sign up for our DIY battery sign-up sheet on my website at allthingsoffgrid.com, or tap on my TikTok profile and tap that sign up to get an absolutely free one-on-one consultation for your specific energy needs. I hope you learned something new today, and again, stay curious, my friends. I hope to see you guys again soon here. Bye for now.